I'm Susanna.
And I'm Adriana.
Yeah.
And we're Stories for Ghosts. Rocking here with Ghost Podcast.
Woo! She give me a face anytime, any place. Hold up, wait, hold up, wait, hold up, wait, hold up, wait. This shit be more harder than
Your boy Space Viking.
Low-key as me.
With us,
Today.
we have a special treat. These lovely ladies, they have the hottest fucking blog on the interweb.
Yeah.
Storiesforghosts.com. Susanna, my day one Adriana. Everyone give it a round of applause for Stories for Ghosts. Yeah, you see they got their gut shirts on, ladies.
Yes, it will.
It's
What are
not.
we doing?
We're talking about the movie we saw yesterday.
Yes.
Ready or not? Ready or not? Ready
Yeah.
or not?
Ready or not?
Ready or not?
We're here to talk to you about Ready or Not.
Which was I was super impressed. I had the distinguished honor of going into it not knowing shit. I didn't see a preview.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was in it, what was the back, nothing.
Yeah.
So I just had to sit down. Yeah.
So,
I'm like, did you see a trailer? Like, nope. I'm like, oh shit.
Okay,
I
going in cold.
guess we can tell the homies how we do our rating system.
No, please, yeah. Tell
So
us.
we have 5 factors
Yeah.
how we judge movies. Keep us off our phone.
Yes.
Off the rip. It's like how long it take to jump off.
Yeah.
Creepy / scary vibes, kills,
And
ending.
yes.
And so we can break that down, and then we kind of do overall. So
Spoilers or no spoilers?
all spoilers.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
You gotta tell them about the overall.
Yes.
And the overall is
overall.
It's F is paper cut,
Yeah.
and B is gash,
Okay.
C is stitches.
B is loss of limb, and A is
Decapitation. It's an overcomplicated system for simple human beings. But
It works.
there's no rules to this shit.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah,
And
yeah.
we forget it half the time.
I know, right? Like, what's C? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to. So, how did y'all like the movie?
I really liked it. I mean, it was super fun. Like a really good end of summer horror movie, I thought. Like it didn't take itself too seriously, but it knew its basics, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, we're gonna have fun. They threw in all the gore for the horror fans,
Yeah.
but it was also really well executed, I thought.
I thought the kills were awesome, and that it was really clever the way that they could make some scenes kind of funny and then still like manage to make me jump in my chair. Like,
Oh yeah.
when one of the housemaids or whatever, she's in the dumbwaiter and she's like, look, I'm not really a nanny. He likes the way I dance.
Which I was like, oh.
Type thing. Like I just humor
Rich
like
people.
rich
She's like, they're
people
not
really
looking
are
for you.
different.
She's like, they're
Yeah.
not looking for you. And she's like, oh, she's over here.
Yeah.
But then she got what was coming to her after that.
Fuck yes,
Yeah.
she did.
And that's what I like, because those scenes are so funny and so clever, and then like, bam, someone dies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Stakes
that first
on
kill
stakes.
off the rip was
Yeah.
dope.
We was talking
Yeah.
about that.
And the dumbass chick that kept killing people
That
on
was
accident.
so
Yeah,
great.
the sister. The
It
coach
was
sister.
sister.
Yeah, the coach sister.
Sister.
We've all been there.
All right.
Who hasn't accidentally shot?
Right.
Woo!
I was like, it's Clue on crack or some shit.
And that's
Yes.
and that's my
It's
favorite
like
movie.
Clue, yeah.
Clue is my favorite movie,
yeah.
so
It
that's
was
why I
so
love it
good.
so
I
much.
was like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Excellent taste.
Yeah, so, okay, keep us off the phone. I give it 90%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep me off the phone 90%.
Yeah, I looked
the
down
story
one
moved
time.
well.
There's a lot of action.
There
Yeah.
There was a lot of action.
Comedy in it.
There was comedy.
Yes.
Was she the aunt or the grandma with the
Aunt.
dad?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Aunt Helene was.
She was great.
Her
Piece
hair,
of work.
her hair that looks like she blow dried on the outside of a car.
No shit.
I honestly can't wait to be a part of your family.
She had that shock look. I'm like, hey,
What
blah, blah, blah.
was she supposed to be like?
Her
Yeah.
first,
Yes.
her first scene, not when she snuck in them on the bedroom.
Yes.
I was like, damn, there go one jump.
And when
That's
they
hilarious.
first
Yes.
showed her first scene, the whole theater
Yes.
went, God damn.
Yes.
Everybody in the theater was like, shit, this bitch
She
means
was over there
business.
like that, she was mugging and
She
shit.
had that fucking stank face through the whole
Yeah.
movie.
Well, she invented the stank face.
Yeah, she was
right.
walking around.
No, but her face started to
Judgment.
relax after she chopped somebody with
Yeah.
her axe,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
She was just kind of like peaceful looking in the face. for a
like,
second.
and what's crazy, and I did, and you know, I was picking up on her, and I was like, oh shit, that's the one from the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah, her husband.
From the flashback.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh
If
shit.
I had a fucking dollar for every time I walked into a girlfriend's house and their mom looked at me like that, be rich, bitch. All right, number 2, off the rip.
Off the rip.
Story moved well, I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
They got to it fast. They got to the, you know,
Yeah.
we're in love. My family's fucked up.
Yeah,
we're
it's
about to do
crazy.
some fucked up shit, and you don't know about it real fast.
Yes.
I'd say within like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, it sort of got like, oh, they're weird rich people, but then they're like really weird rich people.
Yeah.
And so you were automatically like, okay, now I gotta keep,
Yeah,
I
it's
gotta
like,
see where this is
the
going.
tension was there because I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, start off with a kill in front of kids. I'm like, oh shit.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like, okay.
it kept my.
Yes, I was like, oh, like, oh my god.
It definitely kept
Wearing
my
masks and
attention.
shit. Ooh.
It kept my attention. The one problem I had, like with the whole movie, is I had a hard time buying it.
Yeah.
Like I had a hard time getting into that world because I was just thinking, you love her, but you didn't tell your girl that she's about to play a deadly game.
Right.
Yeah. It, like,
Right.
That was the one thing that I was kind of like, I couldn't get past that, so I couldn't get into that world.
But the brother explained it a little bit.
Yeah.
He said, I told her, and look how
Well,
she
once I
turned
found
out.
the ending, brought it home
That's
for
the
me.
thing.
I
Sure,
knew the devil shit was live.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But
True
so
love.
you know, off the rip, I say
Oh, yeah,
good.
definitely,
Thumbs up.
definitely good. Definitely
Creepy / scary
good.
vibes.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
The auntie, she took
Yeah.
the cake on the
The
creepy.
goat pit.
The goat pit. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
The goat kid
Good.
was dope.
Yeah.
That was
The
dope.
little kid,
Ah,
and the
nightmares.
little kid screaming, she's in here, she's in here. That's so fucked up.
Yes.
The idea of
Yeah.
that is
Right.
so fucked
Got
up.
the kids involved
Yeah.
with killing. I'm like,
And
But
then,
that's
then when they're
baseline for that
chanting,
family.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah.
what,
Wow.
that's
That's how
what you
messed
start
up
to
they are.
learn is that baseline for that family is they're Satan worshippers.
yeah.
And he even says the guy that what's his name? The guy that like brought the bride there in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
What's
only
his
guy.
name?
And
Big
then
Face McGee.
Big
like
face.
slicing up goats, and that's like it felt normal, but
That's-
that's
yeah,
not
as a kid.
normal,
I'm like, no,
right?
it's
As
not.
a kid, and yeah, so they're Satan worshippers.
Yeah, just
and
for
this
the
is
record,
their
that's not normal,
world.
guys.
Yeah,
No.
it's not normal.
Yeah.
So
Don't
if you're
go to
sitting at
people's
home
house.
watching this,
Yeah, and
and
slicing
you just
goats.
got done slicing up a goat with your mother or mother-in-law, chanting "Hail Satan,"
That's
Probably
not
gonna
normal.
regret it.
you're not in a safe space.
Right.
You should
Her
call
name is
a hospital.
Austin,
call-
last name Madgett, and you're trying to get over that, and you've got sober, and things are different now.
Yeah.
So number 4, kills.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The kills made the movie
Kills
to
the
me.
high point of the movie.
Yeah.
The
First
kills.
with the husband, but the one with the arrow through the mouth of the maid. I was
I
like,
felt so bad for her.
Her running.
Oh my god! Mine
When she got shot.
Those were
Well, she
live.
got decapitated by Annalene, because Annalene was like, this bitch won't shut up. Like,
Yeah, she went over there.
Yeah,
she
what,
won't die fast enough, so I'm just gonna do it for her.
yeah, what were y'all favorite kills?
Oh, well, so I really like the
See.
first one. Well, not the first one, but like the first maid who
Each
died.
of the maid kills
Were
were
hilarious.
fun.
Were really
Yeah.
well done.
They
yeah.
were
Yeah.
silly, you know. It was almost like in a video game where you have faceless people and you gun them down. It's just like 1, 2, 3. But it was kind of creative the ways that they took
Well,
them
it
out.
furthered the plot. I
It
thought.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which
It
is
did.
good because it's my most annoying thing ever is when someone just gets axed and like no one cares.
Yeah,
and
like,
doesn't
what the
do
fuck
anything.
happened?
I like the
Yeah.
first one because I like kills where
Oh, it's
that's what brings it home from when she falls on the ground. You can kind of see her eye out of her head.
Are you talking
You know,
about
when
shot?
that's so
Yeah.
fucked up.
Oh, Jesus, you shot the maid.
Yeah.
Where you're like, Jesus,
She's like,
it,
she's
where
wearing
it
a
looked
white
like
dress.
it looked like it hurt. You know,
Yeah.
it looks like
Very
she.
painful.
He looks terrible.
Dude, the people that when they actually didn't come through with their task to kill the bride, and they started fucking exploding everywhere.
That was pretty cool.
Very good.
Those might go down to some of my favorite kills, man.
Yeah.
People fucking exploding.
Yeah.
That's dope to
Yeah,
me.
that was-
I could just watch that all day.
I mean,
Well,
Satan
and-
doesn't mess around.
No,
so-
he
Yeah, no,
But-
Blow the motors up.
What I liked about those explosions, people exploding, is that you had this few moments where everybody's like, with the sun on them,
Yeah.
and they start looking up at each other like,
Yeah.
maybe this is all nonsense.
Yeah.
Maybe we're
Like, this
not
is not
gonna
happening.
burst into
But
flames
wait.
or something, and then it's like, pow, pow. And then, I thought that was pretty fun.
And then
to
they
watch.
kind of let the husband or the groom Yeah, it's the same.
He
shit.
lingered.
That
Yeah,
was
he
right
kind of
after that.
lingered.
Yeah.
He had a chance to talk
Because
to
Sam
Nala.
was like,
I'm scared.
It's like,
but-
Shane would be like, hold it back. I want this to hurt extra for him.
Yeah.
So,
And then you kind of
Right
see
there.
Satan kind of looked like Burt Reynolds, like coming at the bell, right? And he was kind of like, you saw little Burt Reynolds.
I liked when the kids ran out. And
Yeah.
they-
Right. They left the room and it was like, pow,
Yeah.
pow, pow.
Fucking
Yeah.
I was
great.
like, oh shit.
You
But
too,
what
motherfuckers.
was
Yeah.
funny to me
Part of the
on one of
family.
the parts when the dude got the crossbow, and then he
Yeah.
went to Google.
Yes,
how
to YouTube how to use the
it.
crossbow.
Yeah, YouTube how to use. I'm
That's
like,
hilarious.
And today's video is called Getting to Know Your Crossbow.
This dude, I'm like, but that brought so much of like what we do now when we don't know shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it had the old, like, who uses a crossbow? He's like,
Yeah.
how the hell do I use
Yeah, right.
it?
He's like in the bathroom texting a friend,
yeah,
right? Later.
doing family shit.
Yeah, nothing much family
So
shit.
he was married to the sister that was the
Yeah,
podcast?
yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And he and okay. So I guess in the game,
He pulled the maid.
said old
He
maid?
pulled Old maid.
Which
Yeah.
so he didn't have to die.
No,
No,
they played
they
old
didn't
maid.
play
Yeah,
that
the other
game.
girl pulled chess, I think it
Yeah.
was, something, so they didn't have to die.
It was the first time since the ants
Yes.
had drawn
Yeah,
that
since
card.
the ants
They
had
went
yes,
hide and
yeah.
seek. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So brings us to the ending.
Oh, the ending was
The
dope.
ending was
I
dope
liked
as
the
fuck.
ending.
The ending. So the ending
That
definitely
explosion.
made the movie for me. When you realize like they're Satan worshippers, it goes because then they kind of talk about it, but they call him Mr. whatever the fuck.
Mr.
Yeah.
LaBelle.
Yeah, but then they
Yeah.
kind of like start going, "Hail Satan!" like toward
Right.
the
You're
end,
like, there it is.
and then he
Yeah.
and then when the groom turns,
That's the shit for
Yeah.
me.
that's what made it for me too.
When you
'cause
find out he's
I
in
was
the club,
kinda on
he's
the
like
fence.
them.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
when he
Right.
betrayed.
He's
Well, that
not-
was the most messed
yeah.
up part. He's
Right.
like, so if like we get out of this, like you're gonna leave me, right? She's
Yeah.
like, yeah. And I even said out loud, I was like, yes, I will. Because like, after this, we're done. And then he was like, she's in here, and I
Yeah.
was like, this
Oh,
motherfucker.
shit.
He's
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah. So I was like very
Yeah,
glad
that
when
took-
he
I was like,
died.
damn.
And that
Flipped
brought, see, the end brought home the beginning part that I couldn't attach to. So the part where, you know, that he was talking about where, why wouldn't you tell your girl that shit?
Yeah,
You know,
Well-
with that, the ending when he's part of the club and he's just like them too, that kind of brought that whole full
Yeah.
circle. That
Yeah.
like really solidified
Yeah.
it.
That he really was
would've
his
left.
dad.
But the aunt said it though. She
Yeah.
was like, he the only one saw Mr. LaBelle, and he's one of us. He's the leader of us. I was like, oh shit. When I clicked that on, I'm like, well, damn, he the leader. Eventually, he gonna do something.
Yeah, he's been lying to himself this whole
Crazy.
time.
Exactly.
right?
And I'm
So-
like, you really? They're like, why you ran away from us? We your family. They just start putting little hints out there, and I'm like, oh, this dude is nuts.
yeah.
That's his family, so you're not too far
I
from
was
the
like,
truth,
run,
shit.
Samara.
yeah,
You're too cute for
Hey,
him anyway.
but you know what really, what fucked my head up when the little kid shot her?
Yes.
But then she had to get the nail
Yeah.
to like.
oh, that was awesome too.
So I was gonna say
I
it's,
felt that.
she wasn't. It wasn't technically a kill because she didn't die.
Yeah, she
but
didn't
like
die.
that
The
whole
gore.
extended sequence where she just
Oh,
keeps getting injured
man.
and injured. I was like, oh god.
Yeah,
Like,
she had to really like.
The spike in her back.
yes.
Having to
Right.
come out of the goat pit.
Yeah.
That shit was awesome.
That shit was crazy.
And then you know what
I'm like,
part
my
I
hand is
love?
hurting just like thinking about it.
You know what part I love too was like when I guess he was the head butler.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
he's
yeah,
bringing
yeah.
her back and she's knocked out over the back. And he's like jamming his tune.
Yeah.
He's feeling all good. You know, it's like I
Yeah.
did it for the family. And then she woke up and fucked his ass.
But they were
Yes.
talking about watch belt. Look, the
Yeah.
car flip over, and they're like, "Oh man,
That was
nuts,
really
man."
Yeah.
So
was
when
good.
so she's super beautiful, right? And
Mhm.
she
She looks like Margot
begins. Yeah, she looks like Margot
Oh,
Robbie.
that's not who it was?
No.
I thought that was Margot Robbie.
She looks
That's
so
the,
much like her.
the Suicide Squad chick, right?
Yeah.
So we start the movie where she looks so delicate and almost like Grace Kelly,
Yeah.
and she's
Yes.
beautiful. And
Her
she's
dress
like-
is killer. I love
dress
it.
is beautiful, and
10
then
for the
we
dress.
watch her through the movie put up with all of these injuries
Yeah.
and then ripping her dress and stuff. I felt like that, given the circumstances, it was kind of believable. Did
Yeah.
y'all think that it was kind of unbelievable? Like, yeah, right, you wouldn't have gotten that far. Did you feel like that was pretty convincing?
I thought it was pretty convincing.
No, the action and everything I thought was fine. I had a hard so the thing that I had, and that brings us to overall. But the thing that I had the hard time buying is that you love her, but you didn't explain to her what the deal is. Because if you're going to marry someone, you tell them everything, right?
Sure.
Or you should.
I
I know the scumbag dudes that are probably don't do that.
Well, so I agree with you, and I think what you're like, because that was my sticking point too, is that he seemed so perfect at the beginning.
Yeah.
That like even though they had the reveal at the end, I was a
Yeah.
little bit like, I really wish we had gotten like a little bit of a hint that he was maybe lying to her about something.
Yeah.
So we had like a little bit in the beginning where you're like, oh, like he lied to her about a couple things, but they're not too bad. And
Guys.
If I love you, I'm not going to let anything.
well, but he doesn't love her. Right?
He's a
So-
psychopath.
Like, he's good at lying, so that's.
So,
But we
guys,
didn't get enough of that in the beginning.
Why would you want to
maybe
get married?
not, but
Because he needs
remember, in the
He
beginning,
needs a sacrifice for the devil.
in the beginning, they're talking about how it was kind of a fast marriage for his family's
Yeah.
taste. He
Yeah.
says,
Yeah.
we didn't do a 3-year courtship.
Yeah.
We've been together a year and a half,
And got married.
and
Yeah.
now we're getting
Long
married.
time,
And
but-
well,
They hated her.
that was a hint right there that I didn't understand in the moment. That was a
Yeah.
hint right there that they didn't know each other that well, right?
Yeah.
And then in the end, there's that loop where it comes back to like who's telling the truth about what.
Yeah.
And he's like, if I would have told you, then you would have left.
Yeah.
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 no
Yes.
shit.
But he's a
Yeah.
psychopath and a Satan worshiper, so he lured her into that situation.
Well, but I don't think that was like
Big
put in the
deal.
film like enough.
Okay. That's
Like, that was my only
because
point.
they,
Like,
they said she brought him back to the family. He was trying to burn out.
Yeah, because he was like, I didn't want to marry you, but if I hadn't
Because it's
proposed, she
tradition
would
to
have
bring
left.
the wife
Right,
to get
Right,
married.
so for me that like it was conflicting because of like, is he a good guy or not? Like I just wish they'd done a little bit more of his like
Yeah.
his internal struggle with like who he really was.
Because the other
Right.
brother told his wife, he's like,
Yeah.
I told you this. was
Yeah,
gonna
and
happen.
she
my
was
God.
all about it.
She was like,
now, I fucked with them because
Yeah.
I was like, that bitch is
That guy-
badass.
Yeah.
So his
She's like,
own
I
guy
wanted
was-
to be in this family. You know where I come from? I'm like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
what was his name? He's from the OC.
Projects.
What was that guy's name?
Oh,
I had a huge
yeah.
crush on him when he was on the OC when I
Oh,
was
he
in
was
high
really
school.
good in Jennifer's Body too.
He was so
That's-
good. Oh my God, Cohen.
Adam.
Something Cohen?
No.
Anyway, he was
You're right.
awesome. I
You're
loved
on
him
the way.
in this
You're
movie.
close. I googled him when I went to the bathroom.
McCluskey.
Anyway, that's it.
Go
He's dark
What do you
right?
You're like,
Seth from the
Adam, you
OC was
son
awesome
of a
in this
gun.
movie.
He was. He was
You
so
salty
good.
dog, you.
You salty dog, Adam. That's what
Yeah, he was good in Jennifer's Body. He was
Jennifer's
good.
body's
in
my shit.
I love
Yeah,
that
he was
movie.
good in this movie
Yeah.
too, and I liked
All the
that
boners.
he sort of started out as being like
Well,
the drunk brother
yeah,
that
drunk
maybe was kind of
brother.
But then you
bad.
understood why he was drunk all
His
the
whole
time.
struggle
shit.
was like one of my favorite parts of the movie was
Yeah.
watching him go
Yeah,
from back
cope
and
with that
forth.
shit,
You know,
yeah.
I'll give you
Yeah.
10 seconds. I'm just coming in here for a drink and I
Right.
gotta call.
He
him.
really
Sorry,
was
you know.
the genuine
Yeah.
one, though.
Yeah, right.
He was more
Nicer.
interesting.
Yeah,
He was
which
more
made
interesting in
sense,
the
Because
group.
he
I
saved
thought.
her that time, then he poisoned the family, like
Yeah.
for a little bit. I'm like, damn,
Right.
he really like the
He's
one
the
that.
shit.
Right.
I'm thinking
You
like
liked
if he
her
would have
more
made
than-
it, he probably wouldn't have exploded.
Yeah.
I
Maybe.
don't know.
But
And
he got
there was a
shot
good
on.
poop joke out of that, which I appreciate. Is that they're gonna shit fucked up for a week or something? Like
Yeah.
I mean, yikes.
Yeah.
That's the
I
key to
like-
my heart, baby.
Poopy.
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 But it was overall. What's the rating?
So I gave it stitches.
Yeah, stitches.
I gave it a C plus.
C plus. So what y'all say? Decapitation, loss of limb.
I would say loss of limb, just
Loss of
because
limb.
the scenes with Samara Weaving going through all the torturous
Yeah.
violence and just like her struggling. She's like, I'm getting out of here. I don't care if I
Yeah.
take a spike to the back. I don't care
Right.
if a nail
Right.
goes through my hand after a kid shot me and I had to punch him in the face.
No
like to
shit.
me, that was a lot. And
I
so-
gave it a high loss of limb. I liked it a lot.
yeah, I liked it. I thought it was
really
The kills gave me loss of limb.
Like-
Only because it's like
Yeah,
the kill.
I
like
want to
that.
say maybe B minus, not
Yeah.
C plus. I enjoyed it a lot. I didn't like I'm not gonna watch it again
Yeah.
type of thing. I didn't completely love it like
See, I'll probably
Return of
watch
the
it.
Living
See,
Dead. Like I
yeah.
watch it every day
Yeah.
for the rest
See,
of my life.
I think that would
But-
be a good movie to watch like on Halloween when you got a bunch of friends over
Definitely.
and stuff like that.
I'll watch it again.
Yeah,
I like it.
like,
Yeah.
And one
or
thing
like
I like,
introduce people who aren't super big horror fans.
I liked it
Yeah.
because I liked how the house served it its own. Like the house and the servants were like one big character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were like,
The house was beautiful.
it was one
Production
part.
value was like A plus in this movie.
They were all fun. They were
Yeah,
into it.
as far as the movie, it was made well.
Yeah.
All the actors were
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
The
Dowell was
the
in it.
kills looked like to make an explosion and have it look dope and real.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And
to me.
what made it
timing was
perfect
good.
is they really wasn't like
it was funny.
when the sister was shooting, she couldn't really shoot.
Right.
It's like aim up, and it's like she missing.
I'm
and
so bad at this.
she's terrible, and like they made it perfect to where like I haven't killed nobody. I never done this before.
Yeah.
I never heard about
Casting
It was
was,
realistic
the
there.
casting
Yeah,
was the
man.
shit. The father
Right.
was the
Yeah.
shit.
I was
the
like,
was the shit.
you know, I was like, so this is how I was kind of like, like I had a hard time getting into that world, so I wasn't buying it. And then, but then like the ending, and it flipped me like 180 on it. I was like, yo.
It had that Quentin Tarantino ending to it.
Yeah, like it was like, hey, and then he turned,
Yeah.
and when you see the groom turn, and then hail Satan, I was like,
I was like, oh shit.
this shit is lit.
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't been paying attention the right way.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that was like skeleton key for me.
We just talked
Oh
about
my
it.
god, it was such it was like
Yeah.
mediocre, and then the end, and I was like, no, I take it back. This
The
movie
end,
is
the
amazing.
son, that's all part of it.
Yeah,
I'm
shout out to
like,
the boys
oh,
at
shit.
Sly Houston, man. We just talked
Sly.
about them. Yeah, Skeleton Key was one of their favorite movies.
Yeah, man. And I was like, damn, because he flipped it. And I kind of was,
You know,
like me, when I watch a movie for the first time, I kind of like, let me focus on one character.
Yeah.
And it was always him, man. I'm like, man, for some reason, it's not playing out right. Like, how you, this your family, and you so fucking opposite of them. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It's not. And
You're
then the
hiding
auntie
something.
saying, I'm like, man, it's something about him.
That's what got me thinking is when his aunt said something.
Yeah, when the aunt said he's here to lead us.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, there it is right there.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
gonna flip at the end, and I'm looking at her crazy ass. I'm like, oh, she is. That face
Her and her
there,
eyebrows.
man.
Man, wow.
She had that Bride of Frankenstein look just
Yes.
the whole time. I'm
The
like,
hair blown back, kind
Yeah.
of.
She
Right?
looked like
And
she,
she stuck her finger in the socket.
yeah,
Right.
she definitely looked like she had stuck her head out the window on the freeway.
and she was determined to get this job done. She like still killed the bride. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
No shit. What did you give it, Andrea?
Oh, what are we talking about? B plus. I'm gonna say B plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
B plus.
So lots of
I thought it
them.
was-
Lots of them,
Yeah.
Lots of
them
men,
close
yeah.
to
I thought it
decapitation.
was fun. Like, I agree. The set was good. The kills were good. The effects were good. The humor was good. There was
Yeah.
a balance there. The circle. There was like a. It came to full circle, the story.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though we didn't get a whole lot of background when it started,
Yeah.
it was just kind of like boom. They're married. They're at the family's house. We had this
Mm-hmm.
little small bits of conversation before the game begins.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
Creepy.
think I think it's a great movie to like sit and watch with like a crowd that's like having a good time watching it. Like it's
Yeah,
right
it was
and
fun
right.
for sure.
Because there's action throughout. It doesn't lag. And so yeah, I liked it, but it's not goofy enough that I might watch it a second time.
Yeah.
The story wasn't like, we didn't get a whole lot of background on the stories to be like, ooh, let me watch it again in case I missed anything. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like I saw everything I was gonna get from it the first
Yeah,
time.
they put it
So
out there.
It was really
Yeah.
straightforward.
Yeah.
Which is
Right.
good,
Real
right?
straightforward,
Because
yeah.
they could just like boom, tell a story.
yeah.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
kind of wanted to see like a part of how the grandfather. He told about the box.
That
I
would
kinda
have been
really
cool.
wanted
Why would
to
you? Yeah, like a
flashback to it.
flashback.
That would
right.
Like
cool.
show him
Hey,
getting the
Lena.
box and like what happened with him with the box.
Yeah.
Because they said he didn't go through with
In
the
the
game
box.
or something, right?
Right.
Right.
And him and his wife, and I wish they'd have showed that part. I'm like,
Me
flip
too.
to that scene.
Yeah,
real quick.
that would have given it
So I
some
could
more
Well,
see
you
depth.
know, it might get
But-
sequelitis.
Yeah.
You know, everything has a sequel now.
Everything
Yeah.
has
The
it.
reason that I think we all liked it so much, I think about things a little bit too deeply sometimes, and it seemed like there was only like two main writers on it. It wasn't this massive studio where 30 people wrote the
Yeah.
movie and it went
Yeah.
through 16 different rewrites just to make it like appeal to this audience and appeal to this audience.
Yeah.
It was just, this is what the story is. Let's get this across. We don't have to do all this extra bullshit. Like, you know,
And
appeal
to
to
me
all kinds of
personally,
crazy
what,
shit.
what were the rest of the cars at? I was like, what are vehicles at?
Yeah, that's
She,
true.
it was one. I'm like, who else drove?
They got
this
one
thing?
Crown Vic.
I was like,
right?
I was like, where's the room full of keys?
It
Like,
was a choice.
shit.
They just didn't show the garage, I guess. And then the house was all, like on lockdown, you know, you saw a couple of windows that
Yeah.
had those little like beepers on them, like you can't open a window.
And another thing,
from
like you were
there.
saying, like, who was the one to break the gate? I was like, how did the gate get broken?
Oh yeah, that was convenient. That was
That
super
was
convenient.
a little bit.
I was
thought
gonna
to
I was
myself,
gonna let
you're
it slide
really
because like every horror movie gets one.
Yeah,
I feel like
I was
somewhere
like, okay.
you like throw
But then-
the character a bone.
Yeah, then they threw it out there with cutting her so slow.
That's more
I was like,
realistic.
Her cutting herself.
I'm like, oh,
That's
that
more
hurts.
realistic. You're
Yeah.
you're like fight or flight, and you're trying to get out of this place,
God.
and
Yeah.
you're gonna scratch yourself
It
to
looked
death
brutal.
to get out of
Yeah,
this.
that's
That's
like
more
a deep
realistic.
cut.
And I tell you what wasn't convenient that I liked is when the rich kid came by.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And just
The
go,
car.
get the fuck out of the road.
Oh, right,
Are you
yeah.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Rich
That's
people are
realistic.
here.
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Right.
And they didn't take no time showing his face
Yeah,
or nothing.
none of that
Just
shit.
force out the window
Just a
and
little
go.
piece of shit.
Like,
Right.
that was
Yeah.
dope. That
Oh
was
man,
dope.
poor girl.
I know
But,
what she called
Poor
it.
girl.
This is
All
a
right.
movie.
Yeah.
That's
Good
good
times.
times.
But
Good
just to,
times.
Good times.
follow up on your point, yeah, it had like a cohesive vision, I think, because it only had two writers, because like the directors seemed to like really like understand each other,
Yeah.
and so it made the movie really
See?
fun
I'm not
because
the
it
only
was
one that
just,
thinks about these things.
because it was just like they were like able to execute their vision without all this like interference from other
Yeah.
people. So yeah,
Well, you know what I thought the
it's a
movie
good
needs more of?
popcorn.
Look who's in good
But-
company.
Twerking.
Look who's got
Beer
some
twerking.
good
Well, you
boys.
got
But you can't see her twerk in her wedding dress.
Yeah, no shit.
Beer twerking.
Fuck you, man.
Beer twerking.
So all in all, man, dope
Yeah.
movie.
Worth the 11.
Yeah, worth the money
Yeah.
Go
for
with
sure.
the crowd.
Go with the
a bunch of
crowd.
friends.
And don't mind the people talking, because like I was telling y'all earlier, it was like we was in a crowd of our family, because people was conversating all through the movie.
Embrace
Yeah.
it. Like
Yeah,
it's
and
not
I'm
one of
loving-
those. You don't
I'm
need to
loving
like
it.
carry
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, you don't need to be shushing people in this damn movie.
It's
That's
not
all I'm saying.
Midsommar, okay, where you're like need to be like paying attention.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, right. Like
It's a very different movie.
Have fun
like
with
we're gonna
it,
miss some
man.
big key.
Oh no,
or
like you
something,
got it in this
so
movie.
It
Yeah.
was very
Yeah.
straightforward.
Yeah.
Really good movie.
Yeah.
Did y'all like it better than Midsommar?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell
Totally different.
Hell
Though.
Very
no.
different. It's very hard to
Totally
compare.
different. Midsommar was
Yeah.
more like cerebral. It was like
Yeah,
you're
Midsommar
waiting for
smashed
something
that
to
shit,
happen, and once it
I
starts
can't go to Scandinavia
unfolding,
now or wherever.
Yeah.
Right.
Midsommar did something to you.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
feel
Yeah,
differently
I love
about
Midsommar.
a you feel differently
I'm so
about a
Oh,
whole
my
place.
new
Right.
emoji when people mention me as something, I put a flame, bad flame. They like,
Yeah.
oh shit, this dude is.
I like
that's
putting-
my favorite emoji.
I like putting the flowers
When
too.
so- yeah,
Right.
when somebody say Midsummer, flame, bad flame, they're like, oh, okay.
No, I want
I
to see
get
some
that.
Halloween costumes with women in
And the
flower
flower
dresses
Oh, yeah.
and
Flower
boys
dresses.
in bear suits.
No shit, that would be
I
Yeah,
want
we
to
can
see.
do it.
I think
Yeah.
that we're gonna see some. I
Oh yeah,
hope to see
and
some
on
really
matter of fact,
creative
October
Halloween
25th or
costumes.
26th, Avant Garden, we doing the Halloween.
Yeah, we're doing
Oh.
that.
So
Yeah,
y'all
costume
check
party.
out Costume party.
Costume
Oh
party.
man, I got okay, more pressure.
Yeah, we're
They
showing
have
Rob
costume.
Zombie's
Have it.
Halloween.
Yeah, Rob Zombie Halloween.
I'm dressing up as a flaccid
We're gonna have
penis.
rappers performing.
What you dressing up
As
as?
a flaccid penis.
Oh, flaccid penis. Okay.
Kent's gonna be old limp.
We walk around like this.
What's your interpretation of the blessing?
You have to come to my garden and see.
Going to Avant Garden. Well, ladies,
Thank you so much.
here's something. Stories for Ghosts. Y'all can go check them out at storiesforghosts.com.
Yes.
On Instagram at Stories for Ghosts.
Yes.
At Shimmy Texas.
Shimmy.
Shimmy. Yeah. And I'm not gonna admit how many times I've watched some of those belly dancing videos. So anywho, Gus Podcast is your boy Space Viking.
Rain on the vision.
Loki as me.
Stories for Ghosts.
Susanna.
Adriana Suzanne. Hey!